Hey, my beautiful followers. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? It's cold and chilly, and I am cheating and having an extra cup of coffee today because it's just one of those cold and dreary kind of days. About to go have some celebration time with family. Hold on, let me fix the camera a little bit too high. About to go have some celebration time with family. Just some good laughter, some good energy for the end of the day. But I wanted to pop on here and do a quick Addison Unleashed. And it was interesting. I was sitting and talking with somebody earlier today about the coronavirus that has been like sweeping the nation as far as the fear about this virus, and people. I'm reading posts of people going and buying like massive amounts of toilet paper and hand sanitizer and soap and just all this stuff. And really what kind of came out of this was our hostage situation of fear. How we get into our fear, and it really holds our life back, because I know people who are not currently traveling. I know people who are not going to yoga class, who are not shaking hands with other people in their world, who are really detaching from life, because of the fear of this virus. And it really does fit with a lot of what I'm working with my clients on right now, is this fear. And we all have fear. Fear is a natural, innate thing. Our old reptilian brain, the piece of the brain that was created to help us survive, loves to speak up about the things in our lives going on. If we allow it, it will push our ego, and it will begin to control our lives. And we all have fear. Fear is actually a healthy thing. We get to see where danger really is, because in truth, if you have an angry animal chasing at you, that might be a point in your world where you want to fear. You want to get into that fight or flight stance of really protecting self. But most of the things in our world, our fear will kick in, and in truth, we don't need to be fearing them. It's actually us just holding ourselves back in our world, in our relationships. And I really wanted to focus in on how fear really impacts our passion and our moving forward in our lives, but also our relationships. Because I can tell you, I work with, and I sometimes talk with other entrepreneurs, and they're like, I'm scared to do my first video. I'm scared to write an article. I'm scared. I'm fearful. What if I get negative feedback? I'm like, really? In truth, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. In relationships, I get couples in my office, and or singles, and they're like, if I speak my mind, if I say no, if I set a boundary, or if I share my desire, if I share what I really want, he or she might leave. And in truth, we end up holding ourselves back. We hold our authentic selves back. We hold ourselves back from sharing what is truly in our hearts. We hold ourselves back from sharing our true personalities with the people we claim to love, who we claim to love. And I can tell you, in my life, there have been many moments of extreme fear. Like, I can feel my body shaking because it's edgy. And those moments where I feel passionate, but I have fear, are usually these breakthrough moments, are usually these moments that really do impact in the long run. I can tell you, years ago, when I started my business and I got to a place after a few years of working as a coach, I dropped my therapy job. I was a licensed therapist working with eating disorders, in very low functioning population of eating disorders. And I got to a place and I was scared out of my mind to drop that job. But I had a drive, I had a desire, and so I ended up dropping my job. And I can tell you, I was like shaking inside. But I can tell you, that was a breakthrough moment of me going, I commit, I decide, I'm going to step in and I'm going to step forward with my dreams, with my goals. And we have these desires, and then we allow our ego and our fear to really step in and squash it. Tell us all the reasons why it won't work, why the reasons why we're not worthy, the reasons why we're going to die, basically. It is that reptilian brain going, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna die if somebody walks away from you. You're gonna die if somebody laughs at you. You're gonna die if you get a comment that says, you know, you're the stupidest person in the whole entire world, just stop doing videos. Like guess what? You have to build that callous, and not calloused in a negative way, but you have to go, everyone's gonna have their opinions, and I can move through this fear. I can feel it, and this makes me human, and this is a beautiful feeling and sensation, to feel this nervousness, to feel this fear, and do it anyway. When I was a therapist, I used to tell my clients all the time, I still tell my clients this, but I used to really speak this a lot when I was a therapist, because I would work with clients who were fearful, like frightened, like really frightened of eating and lots of other things, like washing their hands or not washing their hands, lots of OCD, lots of things like that. And I used to say, you just need 30 seconds of insane courage. You need 30 seconds of insane courage to step forward. You need 30 seconds of insane courage, and I know you can do that. I know you have 30 seconds of insane courage to just hit publish. I know you have 30 seconds of insane courage to go, I need to talk to you. We need to have a conversation. We need to speak about this. But we allow our fear to hold us in this space of, I can't do it. I can't do it. And we allow our fear to get so big that we never move forward. I can't tell you how many people that see me traveling and they go, oh, I can't believe you're going there. I can't believe you're going to that country and that country. Aren't you scared? Aren't you fearful that this is going to happen? That's going to happen. I'm like, no. And I can tell you, the more that we choose to step into fear, the more we're calling that shit into our lives, the more negative energy we're bringing into our lives. I'm not saying not to take precautions. Like, there are times when you're like, that's a stupid move. Like, I should not jump off of a building. I'm gonna die. Like, that's not something I need to do. That's a good fear. That's a good fear. But most of our fears are irrational. Most of our fears are entirely irrational. And so it is stepping into those irrational fears, fighting back, going, no, I'm gonna step forward anyway. And if you have a relationship and you can't be honest with that person, if you can't share your desires and that other person can't love you, then is that relationship correct? Is that relationship correct? If you are fearful that by sharing something that is coming from your heart that they're going to leave you, that you're going to crumble, then you need to do your internal work. Then you're not steady and stable within self. You are fearful of losing yourself because you have attached yourself to another human. And so that is where the fear is coming from. But most of our fears are totally irrational. But like I said, like travel-wise, like I get people telling me all the time I should be scared. And I can tell you, some of the countries that I've been to where people have been like, don't go there. That's like, it's so dangerous there. In truth, have been some of the most beautiful, magnificent trips I've ever taken. I've learned the most. I've connected with people in these communities and these countries the most, and really learned and really expanded myself. And I can tell you, if I allowed my fear to hold me back, I never would have had those experiences. Some of the most expansive and beautiful experiences of my entire life. I remember people telling me, don't be a sex coach. Like, you're gonna get so much shit. And guess what? I love my job. I love what I get to do. And so it was me stepping into that fear. And in truth, we all allow fear a little bit to get to us. Like, we all have fear. And so anybody who goes, no, I don't have fear, is lying. You're not tuning into yourself. Like, fear is a normal human emotion, and it's totally good. It's totally good. But, and we need it. We do need fear, because if we had no fear, there was no fear, then we would not be able to have this protective nature to keep us from true danger. but it is getting and checking in with those moments where it truly is irrational, where it truly is irrational, and you're stopping your life because of the fear. So if you want to travel, if you want a new relationship, if you're afraid your heart's gonna get broken, guess what? It will. And you probably will get hurt, and you probably will fall down, but most likely not in the way that you're fearing. And if you continue to step into fear, you will continue to call that fear in. You will continue to call that fear in. If you're sitting there and you're like, coronavirus, I promise you're going to get sick. Not maybe with the coronavirus, but you're probably going to get sick because you're so focused on it. You are law of attraction. You are calling that shit into your life. You're calling it into your life. So today, Sunday, we're about to go into a new week. I ask that you choose one thing in your world and you go, this is an irrational fear. This is an irrational fear. I'm not stepping in. I'm not really living my life here. And choose that for the next week to really work on. Really step into that fear. Really feel it. Get to that, as my friend Kendall always says, like this raggedy edge space where you're like, I can feel this fear. You're not throwing yourself off the cliff, but you're like, I feel this fear, and do it anyway. Step in. Step in. Take that step. Take that next step in your world, in your relationship, whatever category it falls under, but step in and feel it. Feel it, because guess what? Our feelings, our emotions, that's being human. That's being human, and it's beautiful. It's how we learn, that's how we grow, how we expand, where we learn our lessons. So, on that note, look at your fear. Look at your fear. On another note, if you are in the DFW area, I have 2 events coming up this month. I have my Oral Intimacies workshop with Kendall Williams. That is on March 28th down in Dallas at the Velvet Curtain. It's an amazing event. I will put the link in. I've promoted it a little bit over the last few days, so if you want to learn more, just click on the link. And then I have my Tantric Integration Pujas. These are like no other puja you've ever experienced, and no other Tantric practitioner are doing these. Like, it's a thing I created all on my own. No one is using this methodology and these types of group to work through and integrate ourselves as true human beings, really get a holistic perspective. Nobody else in the United States, I don't know about the world, but I know the United States is using these modalities as a tantric practitioner. And so please join me. Our topic for the month is getting lucky. And so we're going to be working with law of attraction and really helping you step into and play with your law of attraction, really expand you out and get you the things you desire. Getting you the things you desire in a playful, fun way. These are always really great events where you get a ton of community. So you can find that link in the comment section after I get done with this video, because I can't be jack of all trades. So click on that, and if you want to just work with me one-on-one, AddisonBell.net. Other than that, I will see you beautiful people tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed. Bye, guys.